For everyone's information, Rule 10, Section 13, Paragraph 13 of the Rules of the Senate provides that the committee has jurisdiction over all matters pertaining to election laws and the implementation of the constitutional provisions on initiative and referendum on legislative acts, recall of elective officials, and the role and rights of people's organizations and sectoral or party list representation. We're pleased to inform everyone that the committee has now been duly constituted with 13 regular members, with Senator Panfilo Lacson as chairperson and this representation as vice chairperson, together with Senator Amy Marcos, likewise as vice chairperson. The members of the committee are as follows: Senator J.D. Ejercito, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo, Senator Manuel Lito Lapid, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, Senator Francis Kiko Pangilinan, Senator Erwin Tulfo, and Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri. They're joined by our ex-officio members, Senate President Pro Tempore Jinggoy Estrada, Senate Majority Leader Joel Villanueva, and Senate Minority Leader Vicente Soto III. I would like to present for the adoption of the body the rules of the Senate and the rules of procedure governing inquiries in aid of investigation to be adopted as the internal rules of the committee.
I so move, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you, Minority Leader. On motion of Senate Minority Leader Vicente Soto III, and there being no objection, I rule that the same be adopted. Nais ko na pong magsimula sa hearing proper kung saan unang didinigin ng ating komite ang Senate Bills number 18 filed by Senators Robin Hood Padilla or Senator Robin Hood Padilla, Senate Bill number 35 filed by Senators Panfilo Lacson and Erwin Tulfo, and Senate Bill 285 filed by Senator Kiko Pangilinan. For this matter, today's public hearing is conducted jointly with the Committee on Constitutional Amendments and Revision of Codes. So maiksing opening statement lang ako, and then tatanungin ko si Minority Leader kung gusto din nila mag-opening statement. So muli po, magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Ayon sa iba, okay lang daw ang political dynasty, basta maayos manilbihan. Ang tanong, talaga ba? 38 years have passed since the Filipino people ratified the 1987 Constitution, where it is clearly stated that the state shall prohibit political dynasties as may be defined by law. Halos 40 anyos na yung utos ng saligang batas. Pero ayon mismo sa Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, 113 sa 149 na syudad sa bansa ay kontrolado ng political dynasties. Habang hindi tayo magkasundo sa isang anti-political dynasty law, iilang pamilya lamang ang may hawak sa ating bansa. Hindi lang basta dynasty ang pinag-uusapan natin. According to the Ateneo School of Government, mayroong fat dynasty na 2 to 3 na miyembro ng isang pamilya ang sabay nanunungkulan. More recently, mayroon ding tinatawag na mga eksperto na obese dynasty kung saan may higit 4 to 5 na kapamilya ang magkakasabay sa politika. Maraming pag-aaral na nga ang nag-ulat na habang kumakalat ang mga dinastiya ay sabay namang bumababa ang kaayusan ng pamamahala at antas ng serbisyo sa publiko. Paano nga ba naman kasi ipagbabawal kung walang batas na may malinaw na kahulugan ng political dynasty? Ano yung definisyon ng political dynasty na ipinagbabawal? Yung limitasyon ba sa kamag-anak na kandidato? Aabot sa national positions? O bawal lang sila sa iisang syudad o probinsya? Kasama ba sa dynasty ban ang pwesto sa barangay? Kasama din ba sa ban ang party lists? The sooner we answer all of these difficult questions on the anti-political dynasty law, the sooner we will be able to end the concentration of public power among the few and the powerful. At madalas din, hindi lang politika ang saklaw nito, kundi pati sa negosyo at ari-arian. Mula agri, mining, real estate, pati mga kontrata ng gobyerno. Kaya hindi na rin maiwasang itanong, gaano kalalim na ba ang kinalaman ng political dynasties sa paulit-ulit na problema natin? Sa korupsyon, sa kahirapan, sa mga napunadang proyekto, kahit yung kapalpakan sa flood control scam. The areas where there are fat dynasties are also areas where there are cases of procurement-related corruption. Galing yan mismo sa research ng PCIJ. Dapat tuparin na natin ang utos ng konstitusyon. I-define na natin. Tapusin na natin ang walang hanggang debate. That is clear to me and to our committee chair, Senator Ping Lacson. We must fulfill the Constitution's mandate and now define and set the terms on what legally constitutes a political dynasty. Salamat po. May I invite the good minority leader, if he has an opening statement, to have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I prefer to listen in the presence of election luminaries and the experts. I would rather listen to what they have to say about this, lest I be misconstrued, because I distinctly remember in the 1930s, the two Sotos were the original dynasty, Vicente Soto and Filimon Soto. So I'm ready to listen. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Senate Minority Leader. May sasabihin pa po sana ako pero hindi balik na. Salamat po. So speaking of the legal luminaries and the election experts, may I ask the committee secretary to please recognize our resource persons.
Good morning. The Committee on Electoral Reforms and People's Participation would like to acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guests, namely, from the Commission on Elections, we have Chairman George Erwin M. Garcia, Commissioner Ray E. Bulay, Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Macedo Jr., Commissioner Nelson J. Celis, Commissioner Maria Norina S. Tangaro Casinal, Commissioner Noli R. Pipo, Executive Director Capista E. L. Nas Jr. He just stepped outside lang daw po. And Attorney Rafael B. Olaño. From the Department of Interior and Local Government, we have Director Ross Rafael T. Bascuña, Attorney Grisel Treasure A. Samson, Attorney David Rafael F. Monsalud. With the private stakeholders, we have former Chairman, COMELEC Chairman Christian S. Monson, also a member of the Philippine Constitutional Commission of 1986, together with Attorney Diane Noel Collias Monson. From Lente, we have Ms. Calista Garcia. From PBCRV, we have Dr. Arwin Serrano. From NAMFREL, we have the Secretary General, Mr. Erchud O. Alvia. That would be all, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, ComSec. Would the Minority Leader like to go ahead with his questions, or shall we? Okay, salamat po, Maino. Actually, I'd like to invite in turn the different resource persons to please present your comments on the bills that we have at bar today. Ito po nga yung mga panukalang batas ni na Senators Ping and Erwin Tulfo, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, and Senator Kiko Pangilinan. Maybe I'd like to open up with questions to the COMELEC, beginning with Chairman Garcia. At baka po sa pagsagot ng mga tanong, pwede nyo na rin po bigyan ng mga komento ninyo dito sa mga panukalang batas na dinidinig ng aming komite. So, first of all, Chairman, in COMELEC's view, does the Constitution require Congress to define political dynasty before it can be regulated?
Magandang umaga po, Madam Chair, the Minority Floor Leader. Yes, Madam Chair, may decision na po ang Korte Suprema sa kaso ng Pamatong versus the Commission on Elections at sinasabi po ng ating kagalang-galang na Korte Suprema na naandyan ang prohibition nakalagay po sa Article 2, Section 26 ng Philippine Constitution of 1987, subalit kakailanganin po ng isang batas upang ma-define yung extent, yung scope ng anti-political dynasty prohibition ng saligang batas. So, Madam Chair, yes, kailangan po ma-define natin yung extent, yung lawak ng prohibition na magkakaroon sa ating bansa.
At sa pagde-define po na yan, Chair, anong degree of relationship ang kino-contemplate ng COMELEC na dapat saklawin ng ban? Hanggang sa second degree ba tulad nung sa SK law at tulad nung dalawa sa mga panukalang batas natin, or sa third o lampas pa tulad nung isang bill kay Senator Robin?
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Yung pong ating kasagutan subject sa filing ng formal comment by the Commission. As far as the COMELEC is concerned, we have Republic Act 10742. Yan po yung SK Reform Act. Ang isa sa mga kauna-unahang batas na nag-prohibit ng political dynasty up to second degree of consanguinity and affinity po. Ang Bangsamoro Electoral Code ay nagkaroon din po ng prohibition sa political dynasty up to second degree po. Ang nilagay din ng consanguinity and affinity sa mga members po ng parliament. So, dito po sa tatlong panukalang batas ay lumalabas po yung up to second degree, yung dalawa, kay Senator Ping at kay Senator Pangilinan, at yun ang kay Senator Padilla ay fourth degree of consanguinity. Sa amin pong palagay, yung second degree of consanguinity po ang mas practical at mas reasonable in order not to deprive others of opportunity to run for public office, which is under Article 2, Section 26 naman po. Yun yung kauna-unahang phrase, that opportunity for public service is open to all.
Naisip ko tuloy, Chair at Minority Leader, si Senator Robin, isa sa mga authors natin na may pinakamahigpit na proposed na saklaw ng anti-dynasty law, ay dito sa Senate, isa sa mga kumakatawan din sa Bangsamoro. And yet, no, interesting, mas mahigpit ang panukala niya kaysa yung nandun sa kasalukuyang Bangsamoro Electoral Code. Hopefully, if he will arrive, we can also seek his insights kung bakit ganun po yung panukala. But just returning po to the SK Reform and Empowerment Act. Gaano ka? Okay. Before I follow up dun sa point ninyo, Chair, sa SK, pwede po bang i-clarify yung second degree? Sino po ba ang saklaw doon? Hanggang kapatid ba? Hanggang sa lolo-lola po? Hanggang sa apo ba?
Yes po, Madam Chair. Kasi po kung pupunta sana tayo hanggang third degree, uncle na po yon. So, yung pong anak, lolo, lola, kapatid, so yan po yung mga covered ng up to second degree. And again, effective naman po yung pagpapatupad ng komisyon para po sa kaalaman ng kagalang-galang na committee nung SK Reform Law, sapagkat nito pong nakaraang halalan noong October 2023 ay madami pong na-disqualify or na-cancel na candidacy ng commission based sa violation noong prohibition ng up to the second degree of consanguinity and affinity. So madami rin pong nag-file at nakita yung relationships na yon.
Sabi nyo nga po, Chair, na naging effective yung COMELEC sa pag-enforce nung anti-dynasty provision ng SK Reform and Empowerment Law. Paano exactly na minonitor at in-enforce ng COMELEC iyang disqualification provision?
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Una po, gusto lang po naming liwanagin, yung po sana yung gusto naming sana maklarify kung sakali magkakaroon ng final version yung batas. Kasi po, una, yung isa po, pwede kami magmoto proprio sa panukala po ni Senator Pangilinan. Ang isa naman po ay by a person of voting age.